Hi, I'm Shauna, Nitro Gear and Axle, and I want to welcome all of you today to my Tech Talk. This Tech Talk is Mythbusters Edition. That's right, I'm going to shut down some old school wives' tales that you've heard in the past. Today, specifically, we're going to talk about these three gear sets, one being a Nitro 488, a Nitro 513, and a Nitro 538. The common rumor is that this gear set, the 488, is stronger than the 513 or the 538. 538, 513, 488 all have the same amount of teeth on the pinion. 8, 8, and 8. Strength. That's why we're here today. That's what we're talking about. People assume that this gear, the 488, is stronger than its counterparts, the 513 and the 538. And I hate to break this down to the internet, but that simply isn't true. The strength of your ring gear comes from the amount of contact of the pinion to the teeth of the ring gear at any given time. These two ratios have exactly the same tooth count contact at any given time. These two are the same strength. The major rumor is that this pinion head is much smaller than this one, and that simply isn't the case. Yes, it is slightly smaller. As you can kind of see, it is such a tiny difference that it doesn't make a difference in strength. 488. 488 is commonly recommended for a 35 to a 37-inch tire, depending on your power plant. A 513 is commonly recommended for a 37-inch tire, depending on your power plant. A 538 is commonly recommended for a 37, 38, 40-inch tire, depending on your power plant. Because the Jeep JK came with two very different motors, your gearing is going to depend on which setup that you have. And while there are charts and forums, and we love forums, you really want to consult with a gearing professional before deciding what ratio is best for you. If you've ever heard of Nitro Gear and Axle before, you would know that our brand is all about quality and consistency. I would never ever let a product leave the door if I thought it was faulty or that it was going to be problematic. Us as a company, we don't like to take returns, and we don't like to have our name ruined by broken parts. So what I can tell you is that if a 538 gear was going to break every time you put it on a 37 or a 40-inch tire, I wouldn't sell it to you. This gear is made for that tire. That's why we make it. If you can't trust the manufacturer of your parts, who can you trust? Whether it be me or your local off-road shop, I want you to consult a professional before deciding on what ratio works for you. The three things I want to leave you with today are this. The pinion shaft is the same size. In fact, it takes the same size bearing. The pinion heads, while the 538 is going to be smaller than the 513, the 488, it's not much smaller. Even in comparison to the 488, it's not that much of a difference. The other thing I want to remind you of is that the tooth contact surface, the amount of teeth which are in contact between the pinion and the ring gear, is about the same. That is where you're going to get all your strength from. So if you are concerned about what gear ratio is best for you, please feel free to reach out to us, and our differential professionals will always recommend the perfect gear ratio for you and your vehicle. And you can find us online at nitro-gear.com.